runway heat, low hum, hush the city's roar. Women in silk, diamond rain on the floor. Credit like oceans, patience like steel. I turn closed rooms into signed, sealed deals. Women, money, luxury code, carbon crown cutting every road. Black car, thunder, acids load. I write my name and the rivers flowed. Women, money, luxury code, penthouse quiet where futures grow. Champagne where the candle glow. I set the pace and the markets know.
I came from alarms where the night ran thin. Now chefs torch stitches while the strings come in. She reads the board like a courtroom queen. Heel taps rhythm on a marble sheen. 3 phones buzzing with a sovereign tone. I don't chase luck, I compound alone. Ledger like scripture in a leather spine. Every old doubt now pays me a fine. Cameras blink soft through a smoke glass wall. I raise one brow when the ceilings fall. Gold on my wrist with a midnight face. Indexes climb at a tempered pace. Women like constellations map my sky. Each one a compass when the numbers fly. We split our fear in the notarized shares. We hedge with truth and deliberate prayers. Range Rovers out with a jasmine breath. We price our peace, not a borrow flex. Baccarat clinks like a distant bell. I buy the exits, I own the well. If envy calls, I decline the ring. Kings don't beg, they reframe the thing. I keep my circle like a surgeon's hand. Cut out the noise, keep clean the plan.
Count the breath, slow the room. Let the baseline make the bloom. Purpose whispers, diamonds mute. Hold your name like living proof. Money, money, luxury code, carbon crown cutting every road. Black car, thunder, assets load. I write my name and the rivers flowed. Women, money, luxury code, penthouse quiet where futures grow. Champagne where the candle glow. I set the pace and the markets know.
Her pen draws claws with a silver blade. She folds my scars in a custom made. Museum dinners with a velvet hush. All wounds healed by a measured rush. Stockroom thunder in the floor below. But our sweet moves at a wiser flow. I do not rent crowns for a weekend cheer. I farm the decades and harvest here. Black tie focus with a street born core. I thank the storms that train my ore. Women and money and steady nerve. Luxury spine with a will to serve. Say less, scale more. Guard peace like a closing door. Trade clout for time. Make patience prime. Private museum with a borrowed moon. Pilot says ready, we lift by noon. Her laugh turns losses into grand design. She tells my doubt to fall in line. Rooftop pool like a minted coin. We pledge our vows and sign the join. Every late night adds one brick more. We build a life they cannot store. I price my pride at a sweat paid rate. No counterfeit shine at my gate. Carbon crown steady on a tempered brow. I was later than I'm on time now.
Women, money, luxury code, carbon crown cutting every road. Black car, thunder, assets load. I write my name and the rivers flow. Winning, money, luxury code, penthouse quiet where futures grow. Champagne where the candle glow. I set the pace and the markets know. Drop to the bass and the hat roll hiss. Let brass inhale and the shadow kiss. Whisper the hook with a double low. Kick in the choir and let it grow. I keep receipts in a cedar chest. For every no that became my yes. Glass house calm in a stormlit town. If chaos knocks, I turn it down. Women beside me with a fearless gaze. They cut through fog like a runway blaze. Children of grit and cathedral light. We hold our code through the longest night. I will not sell storms for a little rain. I buy whole seasons and lease my pain. With turbines yawning, cameras dim. I thank the mile that carried him. Winning, money, luxury code, penthouse quiet where futures grow. Champagne where the candle glow. I set the pace and the markets know. Steady sleeps while my engines purr. Bless the years that made me sure. Winning, money, measured will. Carbon crown, capital, quiet and real.
Jetway hush in the tungsten glow. Black suits breathe where the trade winds blow. Women in pearls with a fearless aim. I turn blank rooms to a household name.
Women, money, rare code. Skybox calm on a silver road. Diamonds nod while the ledgers load. I write one line and the rivers flowed. Women, money, rare code. Glass house law in a sovereign mode. Baseline thrones a tempered ode. I count in decades, not in gold. I came from alarms and a rust red stare. Now lift doors open to a cedar air. She maps the wrist like a general chart. Turns raw fear soft with a surgeon heart. Chef burns citrus on an iron slate. I set intention at a sovereign rate. My counsel is lean and the table real. We do not chase, we design the deal. Neon on puddles like liquid chrome. I lease horizons and call it home. I bless the grind that refused to bend. I bless the scars that became my friend. Paparazzi snow with a jasmine curb. I change the tempo with a single verb. Baccarat ticks like a distant bell. I buy the exit and own the well. Her heel writes law on a lack of stare. Attorneys adjust when she lifts her hair. Penthouse horizon like a minted plate. We toast the patience and a compound fate. No rented crown for a weekend cheer. We farm the deck, taking harvest here. Women and money in measured grace. A quiet empire in a loud lit place. Count your breaths, then raise a bid. Guard your hours like a sacred lid. If the cost is peace, let the moment go. If it feeds your core, then scale it slow. Money, money, rare code. Skybox calm on a silver road. Diamonds nod while the ledgers load. I write one line and the rivers flowed. Money, keep receipts in a leather spine for every no that refine my line. I keep my circle like a surgeon hand, cut out the noise and confirm the plan. Floor to ceiling with the rivers bend, I made my past a working friend. When markets shake, I lower breath. Silence is margin, panic is death. Or whisper clears a boardroom fog. Old out shrink like a cornered dog. I do not songs for a little rain. I buy the season and lease my pain. Say less, read the clause, Polish ethics, line the laws. Trade the rush for longer light, carry calm through every night. Rooftop pool like a minted moon, jet stare glare says wheels at noon. We split our fear into equal shares, we hedge with truth and cathedral prayers. Kids asleep past a safer door, legacy stacked on a marble floor. Diamonds do not speak yet they keep the score. Every late night adds one more. If envy shouts I mute that feed. If clout gets loud I let it bleed. Respect the rise when the room grows still. Purpose decides and the pen runs will. Museum dinners in a candle hush, string pads bloom as the brass lines crush. I lost some friends to a borrowed high, kept a few who could hold the sky. Range Rovers idle with a cedar breath, we price our peace like a balanced debt. I drink more water and guard my rest, I choose the battles and win the best. Queens at my side with a street-born sight, they read the fine print, others write. Winning like constellations steer this craft, we crossed a decade on a single draft. Drop to sub and a hat line hiss, let piano ghosts and a choir kiss. Whisper the hook with a doubled low, kick brass back and let it grow. I do not rent fame for a viral hour, I keep my vows like a living tower. I keep my word in a notarized fold, I keep my soul when the bids run cold. Elevated hush to a cedar hall, hand on the rail as the echoes fall. I thank the wounds that train my stride, they carve the harbor where I reside. When turbines yawn and the cameras dim, I lift a prayer for the child with them. Women and money in tempered code, rare calm on a sovereign road. Winning money rare code, skybox calm on a silver road. Diamonds nod while the ledgers load, I write one line and the rivers flowed. Winning money rare code, glass house law in a sovereign mode. Baseline thrones a tempered ode, I count in decade not in gold. Night folds neat like a tailored coat, I catch my breath in a grateful note. Standing as still as the ledgers load, rare proto-hermit mode.
Neon on the puddles, the city speaks low. Keys to the vault, let the black cars glow. Queens in the back with the chinchilla fold. I was bronze in the rain, now I'm marble and gold. Women, money, luxury mode. Velvet ropes, steel codes. Champagne storms, diamonds cold. I make a lane, the lane turns gold. Women, money, luxury mode. From curb to condo, on the road. Sweet doors hush, a heavy load. I sign my name, the pit explodes. 12-seat table with the candles lit. Ledger like a novel, every page legit. She got pearls like a rainfall, wrists like snow. Talk soft to the broker, watch numbers grow. Leather on the dash, turbine hum. Chef in the loft with a single Russian rum. Paparazzi mirrors try to steal my day, but my shadow got a lawyer, NDA. Queens and couture, spine straight, crown up. They handle the meetings while I tune the sound up. Wire hits noon, sunset deal. We don't chase money, we sign what's real. I own late nights, whole skyline bends. I don't need luck, I negotiate trends. If the door is glass, I etch my creed. If the script is blank, I make it bleed.
Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Luxury mode.
Floor to ceiling views like a private brief. Silk on a shoulder, belief on belief. Audemars heartbeat, temple on frost. Every move priced in the carrying cost. She's a #1 closer with a legal blade. Cut through noise in the velvet parade. I'm a concrete poet with a platinum pen. Turn broke day prayers into rich night zen. We buy back time, not just cars and gems. We build safe harbors, we rewrite stems. Gold lace glasses for a midnight toast to the girl who believed when I feared the most. Elevator hush to a hallway bloom. My name in the sconces, light eats the gloom. Signed your scent in the polished oak. When the contract lands, the paper spoke.
Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode. Women, money, luxury mode.
like an index, market cap laugh. A smile's a dividend, paid in half. I'm the son of a siren and a freight yard bell. I learned gain in the grind, how to carry a hell. Now it's deep blue rugs and a fireplace grin. My sins wear suits when they try to get in, but the room is clean and the circle is lean. We put God in the gaps and the gaps turn green. Luggage by the door with a carbon tag, food on a tablet with a silver flag. If the plane's on time, then the clock is mine. I pour one truth in a crystal line.
Say it in metal, don't say it online. We don't beg fate, we draft the design. If it costs your peace, it's a price too steep. If it feeds your soul, let the harvest keep.
Back of the motorcade, thoughts run clean. She breaks down risk like a war room queen. I hand her the pen and the title deed. She writes our future in a single read. Club turns hush when the doors unfold. Lights blur slow on the river of gold. Hands in the air for the life we wrote. Hard in the marrow, power in the throat. If the floorboards talk, they say my pace. If the night gets loud, we raise the bass. I'm the clause you missed in the fine black rose. Sign here, breathe slow, let the empire grow.
Winning, money, luxury mode. Winning, money, luxury mode. Winning, money, luxury mode. Win, money, luxury mode.
When the city sleeps, my pulse still cold. Queens in the penthouse, faith reloads. I was bronze in the rain, now marble and gold. Velvet ropes part when the story is told.
Win, money, luxury mode.
Jet stare glare, tarmac steam. My life cash flows like a lucid dream. Women in silk with the city below. I've been whole skylines with a whisper of no. Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle crack thunder, diamonds load. I signed one page and the rivers flowed. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke with a legend strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios growed. I speak in assets, the deals decode. I came from a block where the sirens preach. Now I lease the horizon with a fingertip reach. She took my scars, turned them into art. Pour steel in my spine and fire in my heart. Museum hall dinners with a candle fog. Chef plates wrist like a lavender log. Condo in the clouds with the navy slate. I don't chase moments, I curate fate. Her heels write laws on a marble stair. Attorneys take notes on a midnight glare. Elevator whispers, copper and chrome. We set our roots in a skybound home. Index on the wrist with a sapphire face. I price every fear at a terminal rate. If the market gets loud, I lower my breath. Silence is profit. Noise is death.
Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle crack thunder, diamonds load. I signed one page and the rivers flow. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke with a legend strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios road. I speak in assets, the deals decode. Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle crack thunder, diamonds load. I signed one page and the rivers flowed. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke with a legend strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios road. I speak in assets, the deals decode.
I've lost some friends to the cheap fast high. I learned to build slow where the true ones lie. She reads my flaws like a ledger page, then kisses my grit till it leaves the cage. Boardroom glass with a sunrise tint, every seat warm with a layered intent. I put old pain in a hardwood frame, let it watch me eat while I sign my name. Range Rover's idle by a Jasmine fence, her laugh turns brutal things to sense. If the devil bids low, I raise with grace. Kings don't argue, they change the pace. Rooftop pool like a minted palm, we trade in time with a deeper bond. Diamonds don't talk but they nod along when the bass line hits and the will is strong.
Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle crack thunder, diamonds load. I signed one page and the rivers flow. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke with a legend strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios road. I speak in assets, the deals decode. She's more than a muse, she's a market belle. When she walks in silk, all the options swell. I ground my vows in a concrete creed. No love that weakens, only love that leads. Birchwood table with a fountain pen. We split our fear into equal 10. Hand over hand like a rope up stone. Two souls, one prayer, one skybox throne. The driver says ready, the runway clear. I tell my past I'll be back next year, but I know I won't, I'm a father star. My new address is wherever we are. I used to fold dreams in a pocket lint. Now they wear suits with a subtle glint. If the wind asks who crown my day, tell it women in work in a sovereign way. Count your breaths, not the cheers. Trade your rush for longer years. If peace costs pride, pay the toll. If rage costs soul, close the roll. Backlit bar with a tungsten glow. Old heads nod when the young ones flow. I sign in ink, not a borrowed clout. Respect walks in when the fear walks out. A hand on my wrist like a metronome keeps my pace in a world of chrome. If the night gets wild, we slow the drum. Let the bass line breathe where the angels hum. Gray suit wisdom with a street-born core. I'm the clause they missed on page 24. I don't sell storms for a little rain. I buy whole seasons and rent my pain.
Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle cracked under diamonds load. I sign one page and the rivers flow. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke where the legends strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios growed. I speak in assets, the deals that code. Women, money, black tie code. Skybox throne on a silver road. Bottle cracked under diamonds load. I sign one page and the rivers flowed. Women, money, black tie code. Curbside smoke where the legends strode. Penthouse hush, portfolios growed. I speak in assets, the deals that code. When the engines yawn and the runway sleeps, I thank the wounds for the wealth they keep. Women, money, a tempered code. I didn't find thrones, I forged the throne. Women, money, black tie code. Women, money, black tie code. Women, money, black tie code. Penthouse hush, portfolios growed. I speak in assets, the deals decode. Women, money. Women, money. Women, money. Penthouse hush, portfolios growed. I speak in assets, the deals decode.
Neon in rain, tarmac steam. Women in pearls like a calm night dream. Credit lines long as a coastline road. I fold my past in the platinum code. Winning well, sovereign tone. Marble sky over a glass set throne. Diamonds hush while the ledges drone. I breathe in silence and build my zone. Women, wealth, sovereign tone. Black car glide through a jasmine cone. Champagne meteor, midnight stone. I sign in ink and the city moans. I came from a calendar of unpaid light. Now clocks bow down when I name the night. She scans the room with a general's calm. Turns raw risk into healing bomb. Chef plates courage on a white hot slate. I played attention at a sovereign rate. Brass in the ceiling like a distant choir. Baseline low as a subway wire. We buy back hours the street once stole. Pour back grace in a crystal bowl. I keep my counsel and guard my sleep. I build cathedrals my children keep. Winning like star maps steer our way. They read my fear to the fear obey. I lost some friends to the dopamine tide. I kept a few who could hold the ride. Range Rover patience in the curbside line. Paparazzi flicker but the room stay mine. If envy shouts I mute that feed. Clout gets loud I let it bleed. No rush purchases a borrowed fame. I buy the frame and engrave my name. From pawn shop hopes to a cedar hall. If pride is tax I pay it all. Count the breaths, reset the drum. Let wisdom speak where the loud don't come. If it costs your peace, decline the trade. If it feeds your soul, proceed unafraid. Boardroom sunrise, a violet glass. A verdict lands and the numbers pass. We split our doubt into equal thirds. We stitch our vows into working words. Jet stare glare in the runway hum. I hold my future like a beating drum. Every regret became premium fuel. Every delay became patient rule. I don't rent crowns for a weekend post. I invest in years and host to host. Women and money and tempered fire. Luxury, faith, and a street-born choir. Say it with motion, not applause. Build it with ethics, line the claws. Guard your hours, prize your name. Torch the rush and cool the flame. Penthouse echo like a minted bell. Pool edge mirrors where the night once fell. She writes our future with a carbon pen. Each stroke again and again and again. Cameras outside like a salt white hail. We let them talk while the quiet prevails. I plant my calm in a concrete seam. I water the years till they green the dream. When markets shiver I lower my breath. Silence is margin, noise is dead. We price our joy at a fair clean rate. We don't sell soul for a shallow gate. elevator hush to a cedar floor. Children asleep behind a safer door. I keep receipts for the storms we crossed. I count in lessons, not in loss. Winning beside me with a steel-eyed grace. They read the fine print, others erase. We host a night with a gentle hand. We don't just win, we understand. Glass house law with a streetwise heart. We push the craft, we polish the art. If anger knocks, I let it cool. If greed leans in, I change the rule. Halftime drums with a breathing bass. Let strings inhale and widen the space. Whisper the hook with a double low. Kick brass back and let it grow. My promises notarized, ink still wet. Old fears retired in a silk line set. I drink more water and guard my rest. I choose my battles and aim my best. I buy whole seas instead of rain. I rent my pain to a useful lane. I thank the wounds that train my stride. They carved the harbor where I reside. When turbines yawn and the cameras dim, I lift a prayer for the child within. Women, wealth, a measured code. Marble sky over a sovereign road. Night falls quiet like a tailored coat. I catch my breath in a grateful note. Standing still and let time load. Platinum dawn in a tempered mode.
Runway heat on the tarmac glow. Black car idle in a hush, slow flow. Women in silk with a diamond tone. I turn closed calls into kingship on. Women, money, luxury, law. Carbon glass rooms where the sharks withdraw. Champagne weather, credit raw. I sign one line and the city star. Women, money, luxury, law. Velvet command with a street-born claw. Baseline heavy, purpose pure. Crown sits light in a titanium boudoir. Rust belt echoes in my early line. Now string sections where the deals get sung. She clocks the board like a courtroom blade. Turns wrist to yield with a smile well made. 3 phones hum to a sovereign key. I price my time like a private sea. Chef light citrus, brass says go. I buy back hours the streets would owe. Cameras blink through a smoke glass frame. I slow my breath and the numbers tame. Marble remembers every vow I wrote. Ink dries black on a cedar note. Count your breath and then the bids. Guard your name like armored lids. If it costs you peace, close the door. If it feeds your core, scale some more. Women, money, luxury, law. Carbon glass rooms where the sharks withdraw. Champagne weather, credit raw. I sign one line and the city saw. Women, money, luxury, law. Velvet command with a street-born claw. Baseline heavy, purpose pure. Crown sits light in a titanium boudoir. Queens move quiet with a general's poise. They filter the light and delete the noise. Range Rover patience at a jasmine curb. I change the pace with a single verb. Penthouse horizon like a minted coin. She signs the clause and the fates align. Portfolio hums like a midnight wail. We ride the compounding long wind sail. No rented crowns for a weekend post. I host the host and I toast the coast. Every regret became jet fuel rain. Every delay rode a cleaner lane. Floor to ceiling where the city bends. My circle is leaning the councilmen's. I keep receipts in a leather spine. For every no that refine my line. Her heel writes law on the lack of stare. Attorneys adjust when she lifts her hair. We do not beg, we design the deal. Silence is margin, noise is a steal. If envy calls, I decline the ring. Kings do not rush, they reframe a thing. Women and money and measured nerve. Luxury spine with a will to serve.
Say less, read more, trust the craft, not the raw. Trade applause for a plan, be the clause, be the man.
Women, money, luxury, law. Carbon glass rooms where the sharks withdraw. Champagne weather, credit raw. I sign one line in the city saw. Women, money, luxury, law. Velvet command with a street-born claw. Baseline heavy, purpose pure. Crown sits light in a titanium boudoir. Museum dinners with a candle fog. Old doubt shrinks like a street-lit dog. Baccarat chimes in a velvet hall. Choir pads bloom as the bass line crawls. I lost some friends to a borrowed high. Kept a few who could walk the sky. We split our fear into equal shares. We hedge with truth and cathedral prayers. Jet stare glare and the carbon tag. Turbines murmur when I lift the flag. If pride is a tax, I pay in sweat. My faith is a ledger I never forget. Rooftop pool like a silver disc. We price the calm and reduce the risk. A laugh turns lost in the grand design. Writes next decade in a single line. Kids asleep past a safer door. Legacy stacked on a marble floor. I water the years till the dream runs green. I polish the hours till the hours gleam. When markets shake, I lower my breath. Silence is profit, panic is debt. I do not sell storms for little rain. I buy whole seasons and lease my pain. Drop drums to a breathing sub. Hat roll tick like a midnight club. Whisper the hook with a double low. Kick brass back and let it grow. Contracts rest in a cedar chest. Old wounds dressed in a tailored vest. I drink more water, I guard my rest. I choose the battles and win the best. Women like constellations map my way. Each one a compass when the doubts turn gray. Diamonds do not speak but they hold the score. Every late night added one more. I set my aim at a decade span. I'm measuring depth, not a viral plan. My crown stays quiet, yet the room still knows. Respect stands up when the purpose shows. Women, money, luxury, law. Carbon glass rooms where the sharks withdraw. Champagne weather, credit raw. I signed one line and the city saw. Women, money, luxury, law. Velvet command with a street-born claw. Baseline and a heavy purpose pure. Crown sits light in a titanium boudoir. City goes dim, my engines purr. Thanks to the miles that made me sure. Women, money, tempered law. Sleep like steel in a titanium boudoir.
Runway steam in a cedar breeze. Women in silk with a calm that frees. Credit like oceans, patience like stone. I turned a rented corner into sovereign home. Women, money, love's parade. Feel so quiet, the echoes fade. Blue chip vows in a razor blade. I write in ink that never degrades. Women, money, love's parade. Night so polished, the stars obey. Penthouse hush where futures are made. I sign one line and the river's paid. Neon on puddles like liquid chrome. We built a cathedral and called it home. She reads the room with a general's poise. I mute the chaos and learn the noise. Portfolio breathes like a midnight lung. Brass on a downbeat, choir unsung. I bless the ground that refused to bend. I bless the scars that became my friend. Baccarat clinks in a whispering hall. Stockroom thunder behind the wall. I'm moving margins they never track. I buy the dips and I give it back. If peace has a price, I pay in pace. If greed gets loud, I leave the place. I don't rent crowns for a fleeting cheer. I farm the decades and harvest here. Women, money, love's parade. Feel so quiet, the echoes fade. Blue chip vows in a razor blade. I write in ink that never degrades. Women, money, love's parade. Night so polished, the stars obey. Penthouse hush where futures are made. I sign one line and the river's paid. Carbon tag luggage by the mirror door. Her pearl line grin says scale it more. We talk in yields and in velvet rights. We pray with action on sleepless nights. Chef said sippers on a swordfish plate. I set intention on a sovereign rate. Numbers align when the heart is steel. We do not beg, we design the deal. Limousines blink at a jasmine curb. Every old doubt feels small, absurd. I let the bass, breathe, let treble wait. I let the hook land like a closing gate. Hold the line, control the breath, trade the rush, compound the depth. Guard your promise, polish your code, carry your name like a tempered load. Women like constellations, chart my sky. Each one a compass when markets fly. Diamonds don't talk, but they keep the score. Every late night adds one more. I was a rumor with a heavy chain. Now I'm a statue in a glass-lit rain. I keep receipts in a leather spine. For every note it became a sign. Rooftop water like minute steel. Candlelight clauses in every deal. I lend my silence to rooms that roar. I buy the exit and own the door.
When money looks parade, deals so quiet the echoes fade. Blue chip vows in a razor blade. I write in ink that never degrades. Women money looks parade, night so polished the stars obey. Penthouse hush where futures are made. I sign one line and the river's paid.
Boardroom sunrise with a violet tint. Her verdict lands like a legal flint. We split our fear into equal shares. We hedge with truth and a trigger of prayers. I left the block but I kept the code. Head stayed humble while the legend growed. Bentley reflection in a gallery wall. I raise one hand and the murmurs fall. From alley smoke to a cedar plume. From borrowed suits to a tailored bloom. Women and money and power align. Luxury body with a workman's mind. Drop the drums to a baseline throb. Let strings inhale while hat rolls sob. Whisper the hook with a double low. Kick in the brass and let it grow. Every promise I make is a notarized vow. Every weakness I had wears cufflinks now. I drink my water, I guard my sleep. I keep my counsel and build my keep. Kids at the gate of a future bright. Queens at the helm of a private night. I learned to measure what truly pays. Peace is the yield of deliberate days. If envy calls, I don't return. If anger knocks, I let it burn. I'm long on grace and short on clout. Cash in the vault and a soul without doubt.
When money looks parade, deals so quiet the echoes fade. Blue chip vows in a razor blade. I write in ink that never degrades. Women money looks parade, night so polished the stars obeyed. Penthouse hush where futures are made. I sign one line and the river's paid. When the turbines yawn and the cameras dim, I thank the miles for carrying him. Women, money, dividends clean. Glass house calm in an armored sheet.
Velvet nights, marble like engines low. Credit lines long like a winter road. Women in couture with the fearless glow. I turn closed doors into open gold. Women, money, power, I own. Luxury language carved in stone. Diamonds whisper, papers tone. I sign my name, the city moans. Women, money, power, on. Skybox views a sovereign zone. Pour that thunder, set the throne. Hard gangster, hard titanium bone. I came from alarms and a rusted gate. Now chauffeurs idle while I bend the rate. Her heel writes laws on a lacquered stair. She handles the room like a billionaire. Bottles erupt in a crystal storm. We price our peace and we keep it warm. Numbers obey when I narrow my eyes. Silence the market, the profit complies. Wrist on frost with a midnight face. Index climbs at a patient pace. Every regret became jet fuel flame. Now every runway spells my name. Tell the past to wait by the curb. I pay and focus, not in words. If it costs my soul, I pass the bid. If it feeds my core, I live the live. Women, money, power, I own. Luxury language carved in stone. Diamonds whisper, papers tone. I sign my name, the city moan. Women, money, power, I own. Skybox views a sovereign zone. Pour that thunder, set the throne. Hard gangster, hard titanium bone. Private museum with a borrowed moon. Chef
plates, risk on a silver spoon. She reads my scars like a quarterly note, then kisses the fear from a tightening throat. Ledgers like rivers, I change they band. Boardroom glass with a no-blink friend. Queens at the table, all stakes real. We don't chase money, we draft the deal. Street in my chest with a tailored calm. I bless my wounds with a watchful psalm. Home on the curb in a jasmine breeze. I buy back time with compounding ease. Count the breaths, now cheers tonight. Trade the rush for a longer light. Gold is loud, but purpose is older. Move like water, think like a boulder. She moves like a bell that the markets heed. I move like a clause that the sharks must read. We stitch our vows in a carbon code. 2 pins, 1 page of Royal Road. I lost some friends to a noisy lane. I kept my circle like a surgeon's chain. Now elevator hush means a cedar hall. I raise one brow when the ceilings fall. If pride is a tax, then I pay in sweat. My faith is a ledger I never forget. Women and money and power align. Luxury body with a grind-built spine. Women, money, power, oh. Luxury language carved in stone. Diamonds whisper, papers tone. I sign my name, the city moan. Women, money, power, oh. Skybox views a sovereign zone. Pour that thunder, set the throne. Hard gangsta, hard titanium bow. Range Rover's idle in the tempered line. Her laugh turns Lost into grand design. I let the beat breathe, then crush the down. Baseline bows to a platinum crown. From tenement echoes to terrace choirs, from pawn shop hopes to global wires. I keep my promises iron and plain. No rented glory, no counterfeits gain. If the devil bids low, I raise with grace. Kings don't shout, they change the pace. Winning beside me, still in their eyes. We write our future in quiet replies. Women, money, power, own. Skybox views a sovereign zone. Pour that thunder, set the throne. Hard gangsta, hard titanium bow. City asleep, my engines purr. Night hands off, what I prefer. Women, money, pressure made clean. Black tie, thunder in F. My